morning everyone. Are you ready to find out what happens next in the story Toads on the Road? Let's get started by looking at our learning objective, doing a little warm up, and then we'll get reading our story.
A quick look at our learning objective, steps to success and key vocab for today. Our learning objective, can you remember, is to read a simple sentence. Our steps to success, think it, say it, blend it, check it. And the key vocabulary for today's session, word, digraph, blend, phonics, grapheme, phoneme and segment. Okay, our first little warm-up for today is just to have a look at some of the tricky words that we might come across in this part of the story today. Behind the big splats are the tricky words that we might see. Let's see if you can identify them. T-O. Where shall we go? Tricky word, to. Next one. A-R-E spells are. Tricky word, are. T-H-E spells the. Are you ready for the last one? The with a Y spells they. We haven't learnt this yet. If you look carefully, you'll see T-H-E, which spells the with a Y spells they. The with a Y spells they. The with a Y spells they. Okay, can you point to are? Here it is. Can you point to? Fantastic. Can you point to the? Great job. And can you point to they? Excellent. Okay, one more quick little warm-up game before we get going. This game involves you using your robot arms to blend the sounds. Get them ready. I'm going to show you two words on the screen and you've got to blend the word as quickly as you can. They are words that have popped up in the story yesterday and will also pop up in today's part of the story. Are you ready for the first one? Off you go. Road. Road. Excellent blending if you got that correct. And the last one. Toad. Toad. Great blending. We're nice and warm and ready to read. Let's recap what's happened so far in the story. Toads in the road. A toad was on the road. You will get hurt. Dad put the toad down. You will not get hurt now. Loads of toads. Dad ran to get Mum. Quick! Loads of toads are on the road. Mum rang Wilma's mum. Quick! Toads are on the road. I wonder what's going to happen next. Let's keep reading to find out. I wonder what they're going to do to help save the toads. Have a look at the picture. First, Dad got Mum. Next, Mum called Wilma's mum. Who do you think they're telling now about the toads on the road? Let's read these sentences to find out what happens next. I've made this sentence up at the top a little bit bigger so that we can read it together. We're going to start reading today with our turn. Get your robot arms ready and join in as we read this sentence together. Dad got biff. Dad got biff and chip. Dad got Biff and Chip. Were you right? Fantastic. Okay, now we can see some writing near Dad. What's this bubble called? Well done if you said it's a speech bubble. You're correct. And I've made it a little bit bigger so we can read it together.
Our turn, off we go. Quick, quick, with an exclamation mark. Quick. Toads, toads, tricky word. Are, toads are on the road. Road. Toads are on the road. Read it from the start. Quick! Toads are on the road. Can you find the phase 3 tricky word in this sentence? Pause the video to look at it and then press play to check. Well done if you said are. That's the phase 3 tricky word. Let's find out what happens on the next page. Okay, so this sentence at the top, there are 2 sentences here and I've made them a little bit bigger for us so we can read them together. Can you remember whose name this is? It's Wilma, well done. Wilma's mum had. Wilma's mum had a big coat. Wilma's mum had a big coat. Or, that's digraph or. For dad. Kangaroo jump. Wilma's mum had a big coat for Dad. What did Wilma's mum have for Dad? Pause the video to tell your grown-up. Well done if you said that Wilma's mum had a coat. We can see the word here, coat. Let's read the next sentence. Your turn. Press play when you're ready to check with me. Okay, let's check. Dad. Dad. Put the. Dad put the coat on. Kangaroo jump. Dad put the coat on. Well done if you were able to read that on your own before you checked with me. I'd like you to think about both of these sentences, and think carefully. What word did the author use to describe the coat? If you need to, you could reread the sentence to check. What word did the author use to describe the coat? Press pause for some thinking time and then press play to join me. Wilma's mum had a big coat for Dad, so the word that the author chose to use was big. Well done. What colour is the coat that Dad's putting on? It's yellow. Okay, let's keep reading. Now I'd like you just to spend some time looking at the illustrations, so look at the pictures. I don't want you to read the sentences yet. I'd like you to pause the video and think about how it makes you feel when you see all of the characters working together. Looks like they're working as a team to do something. How does it make you feel when you see all of these characters working together? Pause the video, have a chat with your grown-up and then press play when you're ready. It makes me feel really happy. I love teamwork. In RLB we always say teamwork makes the dream work. So it makes me really happy to see all of these people working as a team. It means they'll get the job done quicker. They'll probably have some fun whilst they're doing it as well. Okay, let's have a look at this sentence up at the top. I've just made the sentence bigger so we can read it together. We're going to read it for our turn. The with a Y spells they. They ran to get. They ran to get the toads. They ran to get the toads. It says that they ran to get the toads, but what do you think they're going to do with them? Do you think they're going to put the toads in their pockets and take them all home? Pause the video here to have some talking time with your grown-up about what you think they're going to do with all of these toads in the road. Press play when you're ready to read this speech bubble with me. Okay, we're going to read this speech bubble here. I've made it a little bit bigger for us and it's going to be your turn. Press play when you're ready to check the sentence with me. Okay, it's time to check. Pick, up, pick up the toads, toads. Pick up the toads. So we think they're picking up the toads.
I've got 2 questions for you to think about. Question 1 is what would you do to help get the toads off the road? And question 2 is what do you think Dad is saying in his speech bubble? Pause the video to have a think and some talking time and then press play when you're ready to check it with me by reading the sentence.
Okay, so let's see if your predictions were right about what Dad's speech bubble says. I've made it a little bit bigger here for us so we can read it together for our turn. Off we go, get those robot arms ready. Get, them. Get them off, the, get them off the road. Kangaroo jump. Get them off the road. Is that similar to what you predicted Dad would say? Let's have a look at what happens next. Okay, remember again, we're just looking at the pictures on this page. Don't worry about the text yet. We'll read the sentences after. So, what can we see has arrived? Pause the video here and chat to your grown-ups about the picture on these pages. Press play when you're ready to read the sentences with me.
Okay, so I've made this sentence up at the top a little bit bigger so you can read it properly down here. Now it's going to be your turn, so I'd like you to try really carefully to use those robot arms and blend the sounds. I'm going to use my pointy finger to track the words for you, so make sure you're looking at what sounds I'm pointing to and robot talking the words. Great blending. Let's check it together.
A coachload of men ran up. Can you find the word in this sentence that has a double digraph? That means there are 2 digraphs in the word sitting together. Have a look to see if you can spot it. Well done. If you said it was this word, we can see the O digraph and the Ch digraph. Coach. Coach. Let's find out what Dad says. I can see a speech bubble here. Okay, I've made this speech bubble a little bit bigger and I'd like you to pause the video here to have a go at reading this yourself and then press play to check and we'll read it for our turn. Okay, let's check then. Toads. Toads. And we can see an exclamation mark so we can shout that. Toads. Turn. Back. Toads. Turn back. What does Dad say to the men? He says, Toads, turn back. He's telling them to turn the coach around as they're busy trying to get all of the toads off the road.
Now we can see here that the man is saying something as there's a speech bubble coming from him. But I've covered up the speech bubble so you can't see what he says, and I don't want you going back in the book either to find out. Let's have a look at your Chilli challenges because they relate to this speech bubble.
Okay, over to you for your turn. Chilli 1 is to tell your grown-up what you think the man is saying back to Dad. Chilli 2 is to use your phonic knowledge to write your own speech bubble for the man that's replying to Dad. Chilli 3 is to write your own speech bubble for the man replying to Dad and then reflect on your work. Is there anything you can improve? Do you need a question mark at the end? I hope you've enjoyed today's guided reading session. Bye everyone!